Hi everyone, welcome to Kitaabi Cabins. मेरा नाम वानी है and this is a recommendation video. I am going to sit down with you and I'm going to recommend to you my favorite translated piece of literature. I mean, there are a lot of books that I've read which have been translated from different languages into English, but the book that I'm going to recommend to you is a book that has changed my life for various reasons. It's Flights by Olga Tokarczuk. Now, Flights originally is written in Polish, and there in Polish it's called Beguni, and then Jennifer Croft took this amazing piece and translated it into English, and now it's called Flights. अगर मुझे एक लाइन की summary देनी हो आपको तो it's actually a collection of short stories, some of which are related to each other. But I think that will be major injustice to the book. When you start reading Flights, it might confuse you a little, but slowly you'll realize that the entire novel is a very fragmented piece of prose. यहाँ पर कुछ लिखा है, वहाँ पर कुछ लिखा है, and everything is a little in bits across the stories you'll read in the book. But then you'll realize that the title is very suitable and apt, Flights. Because the entire fragmented prose will fall into place and you will realize that, hey, the stories feel very much like flights. Because they're about departures, arrivals, layovers, check-ins, and so on and so forth. And that is very surreal when you realize that, hey, these stories have a sense of flight, have a sense of travel in them. And that's also because these stories run across different time periods. They run across cultures. They address so many people, different perspectives. And you'll also realize the change in the tone of the narrator. And that is something that's very beautiful and apt when you call the novel Flights. But why I love this is because you'll meet so many characters, and all of those characters will have a story to tell you through their own story. You meet this man who's looking frantically for his missing wife and kid on a vacation. There is this professor who has a fatal fall in the Athens when he's on a vacation. And all of these stories are very interesting. And then I'll bring you to quotes. And why I'm bringing you to quotes is because you'll realize why this book can be slightly difficult. It's not because of the language or, there's something that's very supreme about the book that you won't understand or that you'll struggle with, but because when you're reading the book, there will be moments where you'll shut it down and you'll feel the need to just hold it against your chest. When you'd want to take a pause from the book because what you've just read is so beautiful and so amazing that you want to just capture it in your mind. You want to reuse this quote somewhere down the line. You'll have to read this book, which essentially is prose and is a novel, but you'll have to read it like you read a book of poems, slowly, with a lot of patience. And that is one of the many reasons why I think Flights is one of the best pieces of translated literature that I have ever read personally, but also one of the best, most brilliant books that has come out of Europe or Poland, so to say. For example, I want to quote this line from the text, and it remains one of my most favorite lines I've ever underlined. And it goes, describing something is like using it. It destroys, the colors wear off, the corners lose their definition, and in the end, what's been described begins to fade, to disappear. This applies most of all to places. And if you're someone who loves to travel, pick up this book without any delay. You will thank me for it years from now, especially when you read it through your travels. But without further delay and without describing the book even more, I want to leave you with this. Pick up Flights, and it will change the way you look at the world. It will change the way you interact with people. And it will change the way you describe and feel emotions. So let me know how you liked this book, and I hope you pick it up and you read it. And let me know how you liked this book. For more recommendations, especially related to books, subscribe to Kitaabi Cabins, and I will see you guys again in the next episode. Until then, take care, happy reading, tata.